About 2 weeks or thereabout, a group of concerned Nigerians did some level of protest. They called it Save Democracy protest. They went to Abuja. I think Peter Obi, Atiku, all those people in the Alliance for Democracy or Democratic Congress, I don't know, the ADC political party. And what was on the front burner of their protest was about the APC government turning the country into a one party state, amongst other things. Recently, we've been hearing about Nigeria is not a one party state. You know, generally saying, the idea about one party state in Nigeria is a situation where it is only one political party that calls the shot. For example, we have APC, we have PDP, we have ADC, we have LP, we have APGA, we have all those, I think about 23 to 26 political parties, registered political parties in Nigeria. But the APC has been in government since 2015, and right up until this moment is still the APC in government. And if all things went the way power is structured in Nigeria in the 2027 election, even though the APC might not win the presidential part of it, it is the APC that will still be declared the winner. Unless Nigerians miraculously decided to take their country back to themselves. But then, any political party that seems like trying to become relevant, it is assumed or alleged that the APC tries to truncate or tries to frustrate that political party. We've seen the Labour Party having factions, we've seen PDP having factions, even the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, is in the PDP but with the APC, and then the new coalition, the ADC, already had factions. So the gist in town is that the APC doesn't want any other political party to become relevant. So for Nigerians, it means the APC wants to run a one party state so that the APC will be the only political party that has relevance. But as much as that narrative is true on the surface, it is not the actual thing. The political class has a way of painting narratives, framing narrative, especially when it doesn't suit a particular group. Now it is the APC that is oppressing other political parties. But we've been in Nigeria. There was a time PDP had the strongest hold, and the PDP was doing the same thing to other political parties, not letting them to rent conference and convention venues and all of those things, trying to co-opt members of other political parties into the PDP, you know, creating divisions and factions in other political parties. It's just what the Nigerian politics is all about. So the people who are crying foul today, who are feeling victimized by the APC today, they were once culprits. Abubakar Atiku, Peter Obi, David Mark. All of those people were members of the PDP when the PDP was running what looked like a one-party state. They didn't complain. They didn't say save our democracy. They didn't say we shouldn't run a one-party state. So today the chicken has gone back home to roost, and then they are now looking for ordinary Nigerians to join them to fight their battle. Unfortunately, ordinary Nigerians are falling. Dele Farotimi wrote a book and said, "Do not die in their war." And that book is in the boxes or shelves of a whole lot of us. But I guess Nigerians just buy books from popular authors for, I don't know, to brag that they've bought books. I do not think the Nigerians read the books they have in their shelves, because it is these people that are having family crisis, and they will look for those of us who have been the ones that have been impoverished by their activities to come and fight for them. So a lot of people, a lot of youths are in the ADC and they are shouting down on the APC for running a one-party state. But that was actually the same thing that their leaders in the PDP, in the ADC, did when they were in the PDP. Some of them were also members of the APC that enabled this thing. But because it seems like they are out of favor from the power that be, they now galvanize innocent people to fight for them. But what I want to say is that Nigeria didn't start being a one-party state from the APC, neither has it been a one-party state only from the PDP. Right from inception, right from before independence, because Nigeria didn't come to be at 1960. Nigeria has been a country before 1960. It only got independence, so to say, independence in quotes, in 1960. Prior, before 1960, there have been political parties, and these political parties are led by a particular people. If you are not a member of that class, you can't be a leader in those political parties. What's the class? The class of the bourgeoisie, the class of the economic elites, the class of the haves, the class of the wealthy. That's the class, that's the party that has been ruling over Nigeria right from time. Once in a while, someone from the proletariat, someone from a poor background, someone from, a not well-to-do background would luckily escape into that class, either by providence, by luck, or by clientelism. Maybe you've worked so hard for a political leader and he decides to settle you with a political position and sponsors you. Sometimes they just carry a weak person that they can control and put in positions. Other times it's through the military. A lot of times it's through the military that people shift into that political class. But when they get into that class, they become the only people who hold political power, and they are never ready to relinquish. They are never ready to let any other people go in. That's the class. And that class is the party of the bourgeoisie. It is made up of very rich, very influential, very powerful people in society. Some of the time, they do not even contest for elections. They sponsor candidates, and those candidates bring them returns either in monetary terms or in contracts or in some level of political or economical waivers. It is the common man that is always common. But when they have problems in that their class, they will need the common man to fight for them. That's when they'll start telling you about save Nigeria, save democracy, no to one party state. That's when they'll start looking at geopolitics. This one is from Yoruba, this one is Igbo, the other is Hausa. But the moment they grab what they want, they all become united at the top. And the common man continues to remain common. So a one-party state is not necessarily a situation where there is only one political party. No. Nigeria cannot be a one-party state in terms of partisan politics by the reason of political parties. For that to happen, there is going to be legal and legislative exercise. The one-party state that has stricken Nigeria is the state. State here means condition or situation or circumstance. The state of my mind, the state of Nigeria, the state of my university, the state of my health, the state of the economy. State here means situation or condition. It's not like state like a geographical entity. It's not like country or nation. It is condition or situation. One party. Party here doesn't mean political party like APC or ADC or APGA. Party means persons or groups of persons. Like you can talk about third party transfer. You can talk about I am not a party to this agreement. You can say I am not a party to what you guys are doing. Party means persons or group of persons. So a one-party state is a situation or a political condition whereby a certain group of persons continue to occupy political offices, continue to acquire and amass power for a whole long time. Now, if you looked at 1960 down to 2026, which is like 59 years, it has been just a particular set of individuals that have been in power. If it wanted to go down, it would go down to their children, to their relatives. Atiku has his child in politics in APC. El-Rufai has his child in APC. David Mark has his child in APC, but their parents are in ADC. saying the APC is running a one-party state, but they are related by blood. They will come back home and eat from the same bowl and drink from the same jar. But when their internal, their inter-house choices clash, they will resort back to the people that have been the beneficiaries of injustice to come fight for them. And unfortunately for Nigerians, they have been reduced to the level of poverty that they become so gullible to anything. When I look at how Nigerians react, I just see how dangerous poverty can be. And this poverty is a deliberate weaponization to keep you in that condition so that you are always available for use. A lot of people are in this coalition, they speak out and say, we are the leaders of the OK, we are the leaders of the new Nigeria. They give themselves appointments, positions, going into the next elections. They assign themselves to a class. They are now a bit above the normal commoner class, but they are not even aware that they are not important beyond the election period. So it is them assigning themselves a class assignment. When the elections are over and the winners take their positions, these people who did the class assignment will become unwanted quantities. That's when you start hearing about, I worked so much for this person, but now they have gone into office and they've aligned with themselves at the top and they've left us behind. Just a few will be given appointments, and those few would be from people who were outstandingly active in whatever they do, and they are very few. For the rest of you, it's just noise. So, what's the take home? Do not be deceived by thinking or getting someone to think for you that APC is running a one party state. APC is not running a one party state. APC is an aspect of the oligarchical nature of the Nigerian state. The one party state has been in existence since 1960. The Nigerian colonial system was built on a one party state. A particular set of people continue to be in office. A common example, David Mark has been in government since God knows when. Is he the only person in his region that is worth being in government? The same person that is holding tight, sit tight syndrome, is the person that is accusing another political party of running a one party state. When Nigerians start thinking, things will start changing. Until then, you will only be making one hell of a noise.